Boom. Oh, all right. This heavy box is Kenman here. And today we have a fresh unboxing from Rosecraft Blades. I ordered a couple knives. I actually opened the box on my live. If you'd like to check out some of my lives, I'm always up Thursdays, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I do some vertical lives here and there. Check them out. We have a good time. But we took a sneak peek. Here we are, the official unboxings. What did I order from Rosecraft? This thing weighs a ton. Let's open it up to find out. Boom. Box on the floor. Look at this thing. The name of this describes it perfectly. Wow, mini bag on the floor. Today, we have the Rosecraft Blades Little Chonk. Look at this thing. Definitely a little chonk. No doubt about it. What are we looking at, Kenman? The Rosecraft Little Chonk has a D2 Wharncliffe blade that is crazy looking. We have aluminum handles with red liners and a red anodized pivot collar. Nice little combo look for it. What do we think about this thing? Excuse me. So we got a China sticker on the blade. We'll take that off. A little bit of logos like a maker's mark and then a number and Rosecraft on this side. Says Rosecraft on the pocket clip. Liner lock. What a little chonk this is. Huge lanyard hole right there. For not a big knife, that lanyard hole is enormous. You could run an entire bus through there if you want. So the clip can be swapped to the other side. So love for the lefties right there, which is nice. There is a flipper tab on the back that seems to work really easily. Thumb studs, no problem. Flick out, also no problem. Very easy access, big old beast. Look at that straight edge blade. Wow. This is not like the other Rosecrafts that I have, but that doesn't mean this is bad. This is just a futuristic looking, crazy looking knife. What do we think about the red inside of there? That really pops. I dig that a lot. All right, so there's a few jimps on the back there, not too many, just a small little stack. No choke up spots, so you're kind of stuck in this space right here. And that Wharncliffe curves over quite a bit. So my thumb actually rests right on those jimps just fine. That feels good for getting in and do some push cuts, get in that, put that tip in and make some work. And then the index finger on there. This is a nice feel for doing some work. I think this is like a beefy user. Definitely a chonk. It's just huge, yet it's short. Beefy, not so long. Drops pretty well. The thumb studs work just fine. Oh, I didn't get past it there. And it flicks out quite easily. What do we think about this knife? Enjoying these crazy unboxings? If so, hit the like button. Subscribe if you would like to see more. Well, blade is centered nicely. Solid. No real play there. No movement. Flicks out easy. This thing is cool. What a strange design. I saw it. Actually, Titanium Justin mentioned it. Said, hey, it's on sale. That was a good sale price. This was like half price. So this is usually like a $60 knife. I got it for like $24. Can't beat it for that. The D2 steel, nice looking blade. As long as they heat treated it well, it should last. I've been pretty happy with Rosecraft's D2 that I've tested out so far. We'll look at my other ones in a second here. I really enjoy the red accents. That is awesome. And this aluminum handles, I could maybe do a laser mark to those. Be kind of limited on the colors I can get with it, but maybe try something out. If you have any thoughts on a design or pattern for a laser mark for this, comment below. I'd be interested. Hawkins Rose is the designer, the HR logo right there. I don't think they need to put that RCM 006 model number on there. Not necessary. I don't really care for a lot of branding. It doesn't really stick out all that much. We get that China logo off of there, and then it'll be a little bit more subtle. Not so bad. Seems like the action... well, there was an absolute easy fail. So the detent, I don't know, it felt all right. When you go to flick it, it seems like it opens all the way. You try to fail a flick, and they seem to open up no problem. If I do a flipper tab, it opens, but if you push button it, it seems like that just kind of has no power, like there's no detent at all for that. But did you see I just gave it a little bit more of a flick? The flick out seems to work every time. So it might have just enough weight behind that blade. It does open fairly well, though. Not a real bad detent. Get a little close-up pass here. I really like that blade shape. I like a Wharncliffe. Quite the interesting design there, I'll tell you that. Get some measurements. Shorter for sure. Not quite 7 inches. 6 7/8 end to end. Blade is about 3 inches. You could say 3 1/4 up to the corner, but it's more about a 3-inch blade with a 2 3/4 inch cutting surface, flat and straight. Handle is about 4 inches. The Little Chonk holds up to its name, no doubt. So the thickest part up here is 0.14. And that 1.4 looks like this whole section right here carries out that 1.4 thickness all the way to there. They got this little swedge here, and then the grind coming down to that straight edge. But it's a 14, so it's definitely thick. Battery's about to die. How many more videos are we going to get out of it before it's totally gone? Comments below. 6.5 on that handle. Thickness of the handle here, 1.23. But if we go the thickest point up here with the flipper tab, 1.83. And then 1.5. That is a thick chunk. No doubt. Good stuff. Get out the scale. Ha! 6.47 on that hog. Holy cow. We'll do a Kaiser Drop Bear 3.29. Couple other Rosecrafts 3.93, 3.3 on these lighter. That's what my other Rosecrafts are going to look like. We'll put them all together here in a second. 6.47 on this Little Chonk. That is not much of a little chunk. That's kind of a big chunk. All right. The Kaiser Drop Bear has the Kaiser clutch lock. Pretty much a flawless knife. Easy open, easy use. Just works every time. Great daily carry. Not quite full size, so it gives us a good comparison on this chunk. Handle's almost the same. Drop Bear is just a little bit longer on the blade and the handle, maybe an 1/8 of an inch at most. So not much. Realistically, this chunk holds up to that kind of not quite full size, but it's definitely beefier that way, for sure. Unlike all my other Rosecrafts, which are slip joints, which means they don't have a lock, this is the Clinch River swayback. Honestly, almost the same size. Handle is about the same. Blade is a little bit longer on the swayback, except for the cutting surface is almost the same because that swayback has this nice forward choil. Really good stuff. Feels good. Got that similar Warncliffe blade, but smaller. And this is more of that traditional slip joint with the half stop. Right? The other one I have from Rosecraft, same thing. This is the Stinking Creek sow belly. Nice thick belly on there with the stag handle. D2 on the blade steel on all of these. This is solid. You can push it a little bit, but it's really stiff, so it kind of feels more like it has a lock on it, even though it's just a slip joint. Handle on this one is almost the same, maybe a little bit shorter, and the blade is definitely a little bit smaller on that. But look at this half stop. It's like, oosh. Solid. Rosecraft makes some really cool stuff, but most of it's more on the traditional side. I did order a couple in this order. We'll look at the other one probably tomorrow or in the next couple of days. It is also more of a traditional, but I saw this one, and at that price for less than 30 bucks, why not give it a shot? The Little Chonk. I mean, this is almost a user. This feels like something you'd carry, and you could cut some cardboard for days with this. Have some fun. That red splashes at color quite a bit. I think it's cool. What do you think? Comment below. Give me your thoughts on it. What Rosecraft knives do you have? Which ones should I look at for future purchases and for my collection? I'm always interested. Stay sharp. We'll see you soon.